Many of us in this modern world, highly educated, don't like the word spirituality and the word spirit. I want to ask highly educated people who don't like the word spirit, please think where the word spirit comes from. The word spirit means breathing. Inspirare, expirare. When we stop breathing, we are expired. So spirit is to live and to relate. All of us breathe the same air. Thus, we are all connected. We are all related. The spirit connects. The spirit relates. All the words related to spirituality, such as compassion. Compassion is about relationship. You have to have somebody who is suffering for whom you can show compassion. Love is also about relationship. Generosity, friendship, a sense of service. All these words are related to relationship. So spirituality is nothing but relationship. We are all related. We are all connected. The moment we have that realization, we are spiritual. Please do not confuse spirituality with religion. Religion is something organized around a particular belief system. Spirituality gives you freedom. It's a free spirit that we have to be. Reality consists of the visible world and the invisible world. Our body is a visible world. But without the invisible world, the inner reality, the inner world, the outer world cannot exist. So soul, the word soul represents our inner reality, the invisible reality. Spirit and soul, these two words are connected. Spirit is the universal, invisible reality, and soul is the personalized, particularized, our own inner reality. And so through our inner reality, invisible reality of soul, we practice the spiritual principles of love, compassion, kindness, generosity. All these words of spirit are manifested through our self-realization and understanding through our soul. The soul is connected with also our intelligence, our imagination, and our consciousness. Without intelligence, without imagination, without consciousness, there is no soul. And without soul, there is no human body. And without human body, there is no life. So they are all connected. Nourishing the soul is as essential and imperative as nourishing the body. We spend so much time nourishing our bodies. We have 3 meals a day. We bath. We exercise. But we have no time for our souls. We have to make time to nourish the soul. We have to make time for ourselves when we can be in solitude, when we are able to sit quietly and meditate and reflect on our lives. Who are we? We can ask this question every day. Who am I? How can I nourish and feed my soul? Without that nourishment, our souls are starving. And starving souls create depression, mental illness, loneliness. If we want to be free of such problems in our lives, we have to make time. As we eat 3 meals a day, we have to have 3 half-an-hour sessions when we can be ourselves in solitude, under a tree, by a river, in a meadow, looking at the flowers, being ourselves, being truly ourselves. The first step for personal well-being is to love yourself. Jesus Christ said, love your neighbor as yourself. Loving yourself is not selfish. If I cannot love myself, how can I love anybody else? If I don't love myself, how can I expect somebody else to love me? We have to love ourselves. But loving ourselves, loving myself, is not ego. If I say I love myself more than I love you, then it can be ego. But if I say I love myself, but I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love everybody, and I love the planet, I love the animals, I love the forest, I love the butterflies, I love everyone, including myself. That is the first step towards personal well-being. We need to live like an artist. For me, an artist is not a special kind of person, but every person is a special kind of artist. What makes someone an artist? Someone who makes something with his or her own imagination, with his or her own creativity, with his or her own love and heart. When we do something from our heart and from our imagination, we become artists. Art is not only a painting on the wall, or a piece of music, or a dance, or a song. Of course there are arts, because they come from the imagination, from love, and from our heart. But in the same way, if we can build a beautiful house, create a beautiful garden, make some beautiful furniture, the work of craftsmanship, artisan food, artisan cheese, artisan wine, they can all be part of art. I want every one of us to live like an artist and not like a consumer. When we participate in the process of making, we become artists. But when we are not participating in the process of making and just buying and consuming, we become mere consumers. So let's make a journey from being a consumer to being an artist. As I want every one of us to be an artist, I also want every one of us to be a poet. The word poet comes from poiesis, autopoiesis, which means self-making. So to be a poet is to be a maker, and maker with our own hearts and with our own imagination. So potentially everyone is a poet. Poetry is not only the beautiful words we put on a page. Of course that is poetry, and we can be inspired by those beautiful words. But if we make something like a poem in our life and make it with our heart, make it with our imagination, and be creative, then we can live like poets. So let's be poets of life. The first play by Shakespeare I saw was As You Like It. And in this play, Shakespeare talks about nature. It's a wonderful vision of nature. He says, tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. So long ago, Shakespeare recognized that nature speaks to us if we can listen. Trees have tongues, and running streams are like books, books of nature. And stones can teach us. The sermons of stones are patience, endurance, and eternity. And if we recognize that quality of nature, we can see good in everything. This is a wonderful spiritual and holistic vision of Shakespeare.